What's up, you guys? Victor Lopez here, and as promised, today I'm gonna give you a full rundown on the Avanti AV-200. Watch out now. Okay, so to start out, let me show you the machine. When you get it out of the box, it literally comes ready to go. I mean, look at this. It's very basic. Hose is already wrapped up, plugged in, ready to just plug and play. Cords wrapped up in the back, super easy storage. Way easier than the setups that I've used in the past, and I am talking about that 1,000+ range, like I said in my last video. And if you haven't seen the last video on how to make $150 an hour, I'm gonna put it up in the card right there. Anyways, this machine is very user-friendly. You have a dial right here to set your max pressure, and that's also the on and off, okay? I love this thing. I'm already making money off of this, all right? Up next, I want to talk about the fine finish tip, all right? I say tip, but it's actually really a whole thing. It's like a whole gun, ready. And this right here, you know what? I should have said that first. Check this out. I'm slacking. All right, this piece right here is how you switch in between both guns. Slide it in, lock it in, and that's it. Undo it, and then you'll put in your other gun. We'll talk about the other gun in a minute, all right? And this right here plugs into the hose. You'll see that there's notches right there. Not sure if you can see the notches. Anyways, that'll slide into the back of the gun like this, and you have to twist and lock in place. Not going anywhere. All right. So back to the fine finish. This one right here, take a good look. This gun right here is for your thinned out oils, stains, and honestly, you can even use latex in here because I have. The last video that I had, I was shooting a latex paint and it came out very well. Very, very like nice and fine. In the video, the last video, you'll notice that it kind of looked like it was shooting orange peel, but after it dried very relaxed, which I also showed you in the other video. Okay, so I love this machine. I love this setup. It's all plastic. It's real easy to maintain and clean. It's like, and I don't feel like I'm gonna break this. The controls are very easy, like I showed you a minute ago. The pressure control, or rather how fast that turbine is spinning, is on the machine itself. Now, chemical control, you're not really controlling how much chemical comes up out of the gun. You're kind of just controlling how far you can pull the trigger with this knob right here. And that right there, you're just all the way to the left. You're minimizing how far you can pull the trigger. All the way to the right, you get a full range of trigger action. There's really not much to be said about this gun because it is straightforward and to the point. And at that price point, I mean, this thing is freaking amazing. It's under 200 bucks. You can't beat it. Can't beat it. What I love is it does shoot a fan, you know, fan, right? And you can get, so when you're shooting a fan, you want this lever on the top of your gun all the way up. When you want to shoot a tight cone, you'll slide that lever over. And all that does is allows air to shoot from every hole in here. And then it'll get a tighter shot versus restricting airflow from the extra holes. And then the air is only coming out of the nozzles right here. And that's what actually creates the fan, okay? So that right there was the fine finish tip. Now we have, I guess you just call it like the regular tip, like the thick paints tip. Again, same stuff, twist the grip on and lock that in place. Chemical flow, same as the last gun. And again, same thing, but now we have an even bigger tip. Check this out. And same concept. You want to shoot a fan style like that. This has to be all the way to the top center of that gun. All right. If you want to shoot a nice cone, a nice tight spray, you'll slide that down. Again, same thing. It just allows the air to come from more areas when you're spraying. Now, these come apart real easy to clean. I just untwisted everything. Already done. This comes off. The fan piece comes off and you can sit there. If you're using any type of oil-based finishes, You can use lacquer thinner to clean it. A lot of people say mineral spirits, soap and water, whatever. If you're using regular water-based latex paints, warm soapy water will clean everything right off. I'm a fan of using lacquer thinner when it comes to using oil-based paints and all of that to clean things, and it works just fine, okay? That's how simple it is to take it apart and put it back together. And that's it. Already done. Same thing for the fine finish tip. Oh, and I guess I should have showed you this. When you want to adjust the pattern for the fan like that, there's an outer rim right here that you turn, okay? And that in turn turns that, okay? Anyways, to take this whole assembly off, you're gonna turn the back piece. Take that off, and then you just literally pull everything out. Everything's exposed, ready to go. Now with this one, they do provide you with a basic cleaning kit for this entire gun. There's no need to show you because you're gonna see it when you go through your kit. See, everything comes right off, ready to go. Now with this, with the fine finish, be careful with this nozzle, the metal one, okay? Metal inside and out. You don't wanna mess that up. You don't wanna accidentally get crazy when you're cleaning your parts or the nozzle, because if you accidentally flare it or just create like a slightly bigger opening than what was originally there, when you let go of the trigger, the paint won't stop. It will stream out, and that really sucks. And I'm pretty sure that you can't buy replacement pieces for these, so you'd have to get a whole nother setup. Just take care of it. I once had a Titan cap spray gun. That gun lasted me 5 years without having to replace anything. So if you just take care of your things, you're sure to make this thing last and make a whole lot of money off of it. What I would recommend if you're using thick paints on this, you're gonna wanna use, you're gonna wanna dilute it just a little bit, like maybe 10%, and that might even be too much, 10%. Like, so if you're using a water-based paint, add 10% by volume of water, right? And vice versa, whatever you're going to use if you're going to use oil-based paint. And this will spray out extremely fine. Don't get intimidated if you notice that when you're spraying it out, when you're spraying any paint out, that you see it look kind of bumpy. Don't get scared and be like, oh my gosh, I can't fix it. And you start spraying extra and extra. Next thing you know, you're creating runs and sags because there's too much paint buildup. The paints are gonna relax. As they're drying out, they're gonna flatten out. You don't have to worry and go crazy. Okay. Value, like what you get and how much you pay, you really cannot beat this. You can't beat this. I'm actually going to end up trying this with 2-part epoxies and 2-part polyurethanes, which is what I'm used to spraying out. And you clean these things out with lacquer thinner and all of that stuff. I'm actually tempted to see how durable this is, how well it sprays out those type of products, because that's where the money is at. Personally, whenever I'm doing cabinets, counters, showers, I like using epoxies and polyurethanes, and they're way more expensive. It's not anything for the novice person to go ahead and purchase and start spraying. You know, like I said in the 150 an hour video, this is something that you want to work on, get your technique right, and work your way up and up and up and get that money, folks. All right. With that being said, guys, I'm going to play a little bit of footage so that you can see how each gun works with a thick material, with and without being thinned out. Hope you like it.